So I am joined by the author Jeff Norton. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great, it's great to be here.
Thank you so much for coming to Fun Kids. You've got an amazing new book out. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah, the new book is called Alienated, and Alienated is, well, I say it's the true story, totally true, although deeply declassified now.
Sure.
Totally true story of the only two human kids at the high school for aliens at Area 51. And it's a misadventure for misfits, really.
So, to our listeners who don't know what Area 51 is, can you explain that a little bit?
Oh, that's a good point. Yes. So Area 51 is claimed and famed to be the place where aliens were discovered in America. And so the idea in the book Alienated is that, in fact, there are aliens there. They do live in a community, and our two main characters find themselves going to school with aliens.
So this is Sherman and his sister Jessica.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So Sherman and Jessica Potey.
And so when they're there, I mean, not gonna beat around the bush here. That's a bit of a weird school, isn't it? To go in there and turn up and be the only humans. What other people do they meet, or what other, I guess, aliens, or do they meet like creatures? What happens?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So there are 38 different races of aliens at Area 51, and the idea it's in Groom Lake, Nevada, and the gag, I suppose, is that they've got all of these different races of aliens from all around the universe, but by Nevada state law, they have to go to high school until they're 18.
You've got to get those exams done.
Exactly. They can travel space and time, but they can't get out of the bureaucracy of school.
Yeah, those detentions will always hit you no matter what race of alien you are.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you're in for the long haul.
So at school, he makes friends with Octo.
That's right. Yeah, Octo sort of becomes his best friend, and do not call him an octopus because he does not have 8 tentacles. He's a ventitent because he has 20.
Wow. Okay, oh my goodness. Good to know. If I meet him, I'll let him know.
Definitely,
that.
yeah. You could offend him very easily if you don't know how to count.
And you've got lots of other kids getting in the school as well. But also you've got the school bully. You've got Ned. You know,
it's interesting. The sort of bully element is a big part of the book. So Ned is stands for NED, non-Earth deity. And he's basically the guy who thinks he's better than everybody else.
We all know that person.
Oh, sadly we do.
So what happens between Sherman and Ned?
So the idea is that Ned comes from a type of alien who loves to sip on the magma of planets. So they go all around the universe looking for delicious magma. So for your listeners who don't know what magma is the stuff that's in the center of a planet that basically makes it warm and work. So if you think of a lava exploding out of a volcano, that's magma.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool, yeah.
And so Ned's people are pretty bad people, and they go around the world and they're basically drilling planets to get the stuff to drink. And when they drill a planet and they drain it of its magma, of course, that planet will cease to exist. And so he's not just a bully at school, but he comes from a long line of bullies. So he's definitely the baddie.
And does our hero Sherman, does he have to try and stop him, try and kind of convince him not to do that?
So yeah, big part of the adventure is Sherman stumbles upon this totally evil plot. And of course, nobody's listening to him. So none of the adults believe that the Neds are up to this no good plot. And it's up to Sherman and his friends to try and thwart this terrible thing. And so the book is very much about sort of believing yourself and friendship and pulling together as a team. And they come up with crazy harebrained scheme to try and save the Earth from imminent destruction. Of course, it all goes horribly wrong, and then they have to save it again.
So in the book, it must be interesting writing about Earth from an alien's point of view, because surely there are things that we do that aliens are like, what? You do what that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that was a lot of fun, sort of stepping outside. I mean, like, there's a sequence in the book where Sherman is trying to explain what boxing is, right? You know, 2 people in a ring hitting each other. And one of the aliens like, that's a sport on this planet? You know, what kind of savages are you? Or the sort of obsession that adults have with watching murder mysteries. Like, why are you watching stories about murder on television? So just trying to kind of explain things that we take for granted as human beings to aliens there's a lot of comedy that comes out of that.
I was going to say, there's so many things that it's so fun to kind of explore, because if you were looking in on Earth, you'd be like, what on earth? What are you doing? What is this? So it seems like a really fun book for that kind of point of view.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I wanted to sort of take a sideways skew on, you know, what it means to be human, what it means to be, you know, what is the nature of humanity? And one of the ways to do that is to look at, well, if you weren't human, how would things look and operate? You know, there's one of the characters has only ever experienced humanity through television signals that have come out to space through The Simpsons. So he's disappointed that we're not all yellow.
Oh man, man. That must be so sad.
Well, it's funny. I think one of the big themes of the book is that no matter who you are and where you go, exactly as you say, everybody feels like they don't fit in at some point. And what we find through all of the different creatures and all the different humans that we meet through the book is that at some point in their life, everybody feels like an outsider or a misfit. And that's okay. And it's about sort of how you grapple with that and how you deal with that. And this balance between fitting in and standing out and navigating through that is a big theme of the book.
And I've got to say for this book, it feels like it's the kind of book that could be made into a series.
I'm hoping so.
Would you say that, yeah?
I'm working on a sequel right now.
There we go, yes.
Yeah, I definitely would love it to be a sequence for sure. I mean, the characters are great. It's a lot of fun. And, the good thing about school stories is literally every day or every week is a new adventure. So, yeah, there's something else I'm cooking up right now, which would be a lot of fun.
There we go. That's my little Fun Kids exclusive. That's what I wanted.
There you go. Yeah, first to hear it.
So every author who comes in the studio does a little quick fire quiz with me. Can I do that with you now?
Sure, yeah.
Just to get a little feel for...
I hope I pass.
Well, I think you'll be okay. I think you got this. First one's super easy. Books or Kindles?
Ooh, I tend to like paper books. Yep.
Yeah, every author says that, yeah. Heroes or villains?
Ooh, you know what? I love a good villain because they are the hero of their own story.
That's the best answer I've ever had. That one. Wow, okay, I'm going to write that down and keep that. Aliens or robots?
Ooh, definitely aliens.
Okay. Film adaptation or TV adaptation?
That's a great question. I think it depends. I mean, I'm not hedging my bets there, but... yeah, I think I love going to the cinema. I love the movies. I love the darkened room and, the big screen. But these days there's so much great television that it's, I think it depends on the adaptation.
Okay. Writing or reading?
I actually prefer writing. I'm a really slow reader. I was not a good reader as an adolescent. So when I was a boy, I really didn't like reading. And even to this day, I'm a really slow reader.
Okay.
But I'm a prolific writer. Right. And so I do love reading, but I think my relationship with a written word is stronger on the writing than it is with the reading.
Side. Yeah. E.T. or Yoda?
Oh gosh, I'd love to see them together, but Yoda for sure.
That would be a buddy movie, wouldn't it? That would be an amazing one. Yoda, right? Hogwarts or Narnia?
Ooh, definitely Hogwarts.
Yeah. Because I read as well the comment that your book is very much like Harry Potter meets Star Wars. Is that right?
Yeah, people have said that, which is really cool. I mean, those are two of my favorite things. So to mash those two things up together in a book recommendation is amazing.
Yeah. Laptop or write by hand?
Ooh, now laptop. Yeah, I started writing by hand. A little carpal tunnel syndrome, so now it's all about the laptop.
Roald Dahl or Jacqueline Wilson?
Oh gosh, Roald Dahl, I think. I mean, I love Jacqueline Wilson, but I've recently introduced my own kids to Roald Dahl, and that's magical. It's just absolutely magical.
Bookshop visit or school tour?
Ooh, I'd love to combine the two, but I love a school visit. I love going into schools and meeting young people. It's one of my favorite things to do.
And finally, salt and vinegar or cheese and onion?
Ooh, salt and vinegar for sure.
Yes,
love
that's
it.
the correct answer.
There is no other answer.
Thank you. That's the only one I care about. To be honest, that's the one. Jeff Norton, thank you so much for popping by, Fun Kids.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thank you. So we've got Alienated, Grounded at Grimlake is out right now.
It's out right now, as of a couple days ago.
Brilliant. Everybody needs to go and get it. It's a bright green cover. You will see it in all the bookshops, I promise. Perfect.
I hope everybody enjoys it.